What is up, crypto legends? How is everybody doing? My goodness, how we live in a manipulated world, guys. How crazy was this pump and dump? Oh my goodness, this was absolutely crazy, guys. What an absolute pump and dump, basically, as you can see here on the chart. How crazy was this? Now, fake news, manipulation, it's correct, it is not correct. You know, there's some, oh my goodness. You gotta love Twitter, because suddenly there's massive hype of Blackrock spot Bitcoin ETF approved. Yes. Is it real? Let's double check. And then when you double check, it seems like, yeah, hang on a second. What happened? BTC skyrocket to 30K on report about approved spot Bitcoin ETF by the SEC. Hang on a second. What is going on here, guys? Is this real? Is it fake? We are seeing now, in the last few minutes, because this is just in from the last hour, guys. And it's like, now we're suddenly seeing the full research, and hey, we need to calm down. I was the first one hyped up also to do this live stream and say, hey, spot Bitcoin ETF, there's a green light for it to be approved. Yes, we know it's going to be approved at some point, but hey, come on. Who did this? Who was the first one on Twitter? Let me know, guys. Who brought out the fake news? Because then obviously it was a snowball effect, and you have everybody talking about Blackrock. I even got a phone call. Hey, spot Bitcoin ETF approved. Okay. And apparently it's fake. What is going on, guys? Apparently it is not approved. No green light. What is going on? Wait a second. Is the microphone good? Can you hear me? Microphone volume, Andy. I think you can hear me, right? Mark Dutch, let me know in the comment section. WTF. What a massive wick, guys. This was eventually not an easy scenario to trade, obviously. I got into a trade today shorting this, guys, and got stopped out. I got stopped out on the short that I had today. It was an attempt. We had a small little double top scenario here from today's pump this morning. And it was basically, let's just zoom in, guys. But, well, let's zoom out. I mean, let's take a look at this massive wick. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely crazy. This is over a $2,000 pump and a dump, which is crazy. On today's video, I mean, this is a level that we have been mentioning for a long time now, but too long, for several weeks. It's the monthly level here, which is in confluence, okay, with the point of control from this traded range. It was round about this zone. It was actually mentioned on today's video, guys. It was the ultimate level if we were not going to get a reaction at the value area low and the weekly. And this was just ripping, okay? We do not want to short, very well explained in today's video. We do not want to short an epic pump. The reason why I was really defensive on this short attempt was explained also, in today's video. If we were to break above $28,500, then we could see massive volatility, okay, to the upside, as there's hardly any volume when we do take a look at the volume profile from this range. So big gap here in the volume profile with no volume. We said, hey, there's a first volume level where we could be getting a reaction and a rejection at this point. We just flew through that level, guys. On the lower time frames, when you do take a look at it, not even the 5 minute, 1 minute, it just basically flew through that level. We can go to 3 minute, 1 minute. It basically ripped on the 1 minute time frame. There was no rejection from this weekly, daily, or anything. It was just staying above that level. I'm only interested if we reject from that point. The only level that we did reject from is 30,400. I tried to catch the highest level possible, but I entered around about 30,100, 200 range in between this level as we were rejecting, not as we're pumping. I do not short a huge, massive pump like this if we do not get a clear rejection from a crucial level. So one of the crucial levels was that 29,300 range. But come on, this was just bang, 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 bang. You know, it's like, oh my goodness, let's wait and see what happens. You know, if we suddenly, you know, start rejecting from this point, then you could arguably discuss, okay, I'm going to jump into a short position. But if you do not reject, guys, you know, you do not want to short this. You do not want to short any of this. Absolutely not. You want to short here, zoom out. We got our levels marked up, monthly level. Bang, you are rejecting heavily from this point. That is when you want to step in. Now, it was not easy, guys. It was too strong volatility. We got the fake news out. You know, is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. I've just done a little bit of research, you know, but apparently it is not correct that it is going to be approved. There's been some fake news. Get that. Who started this? Who started this? Because imagine on fake news, you know, we got a big massive pump and a dump straight back down here on the fake news, obviously. But, wow, manipulation. But this shows you how the technical analysis can be respected very nicely. Yeah, not these ones over here. This value area low, this level over here, which just, it was just slicing like, you know, just through butter, right? Like a hot knife on butter. Really, really just no reaction at all. The only level of an attempt here for a short was this monthly level. You know, we talk about levels, we talk about plans. I will talk about the level also that I got stopped out here. But guys, smash up that like button on your way in. Clown Telegraph. Oh, okay. It was the Telegraph. Coin Telegraph, really. They're one of the highest, you know, news websites on crypto. But how could they do that? You know, maybe so a lot of people got wrecked longing at the top. This is the thing about this news. Maybe a lot of people bought some spot Bitcoin. They bought, you know, they over leveraged long positions. And smash up the like button, guys, if you enjoy this quick, you know, live stream that we're doing right now. Now, what a significant wick. I would personally believe that we are going to have a little bit of a bounce here from this major drop, right? Because now it's fake news, fake news, fake news. Everybody bearish. Then you get that effect, right? That dead cat bounce effect from the drop. So I wouldn't be surprised in getting a pretty significant, you know, pump, right? Pure manipulation, guys. So hype, pumping, spot Bitcoin ETF, approval, green light, then hyped up, and then it's fake, big, massive crash. Now, obviously, everybody bearish, and then you're probably going to get a dead cat bounce here of, you know, several hundred or even $1,000 easily. Really do not like to trade this manipulation, but obviously the levels are the levels, right? I don't care. I can manage my risk, and it doesn't matter, right? It's definitely an attempt to short this rejection at this level. This level was mentioned in today's video update. Overall, you know, the plan here was if we do not get any reaction from 29,200, 300, our next biggest level is 30,400 range, right? Where we got a few $100s slightly above that level and then rejected, and giving you that explanation on we do not short the pump, we short as soon as the price starts to reject from that level. It was a video just posted a few hours ago. Of course, we do talk about other levels. We did talk about, hey, you know, this is a level for a reaction, for a rejection, right? But there was no reaction whatsoever. So our next level, if there's no reaction, it's all up here, right? We talk about several levels. And if, you know, if those levels are not respected, you know, you go to the highest one. You know, you got plan A, plan B, and even plan C, right? And I got into plan A, which was eventually stopped out. It was, but this is how important, you know, and a lot of people must have got wrecked. A lot of people must have gained a huge amount of you know, gains here on a pump. But quite an unpredictable, massive pump, obviously. But a lot of people must have got wrecked here. This is obviously a wrecked scenario, right, on the chart, just like this one over here. And for me, they are quite, you know, I do not usually get into these trade setups. I'm more of a day trader, range trader, and I can get into those support or resistance levels. but I usually don't. I don't usually profit from these large moves. I've catched the movement down, but not the movement up. And I just want to explain my, the first short position that I did get into here, guys, because I was, letting the legends know that, there was a short attempt, obviously, at that level of this morning's pump, right? So now we're likely going to get a pretty significant dead cat bounce now because of the bad news, right? Fake news, and then you absolutely rip it again with a massive pump. I just really do not want to trade this price action at the moment after this major pump and dump. I would rather get the price of Bitcoin to cool off in between today and tomorrow and enter a range, right? Enter a range where we can see some opportunities. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a massive epic pump all the way up here, guys. I mean, I'm in that short. I didn't take any profits, and I think I'm going to hold it as a swing short. I like to scalp and day trade mainly, but at the moment I'm using MEXC. I'm going to leave this trade open and protected, see what happens, or maybe stop loss slightly above the entry point. But I want to do some scalping and day trading. Of course, having this position open, I cannot do that. But anyway, let me just explain the short entry that I got into here, guys. Explained with the legends. It was basically a rejection from today's pump, right? It was definitely an attempt because we did have a pump and a rejection, right? And I got stopped out instantly, from that level. As soon as the price action was getting above the zone, I automatically knew that this is not looking good. So not even stopped out at the wick high, stopped out here in the middle of the range, very much knowing that, hey, this is just not looking good. So basically today's highs pump, it was an attempt of creating a double top. No doubt I had an attempt in getting into that short position. As soon as we were rejecting from this high, jumped into the short and realized instantly as we were moving higher that trade was not going to end up well, stopping me out here, entering at 27,993 and just, accepting the loss, saying, hey, we're getting above the level and it's not looking great. So, stopped out. And then obviously entering into the short position here at 30,136, right? Very much knowing that, as soon as we get a rejection from one of these resistance is where I want to enter. So stopped out on one. Next one is the big one. This was the epic one. I mean, if we do get a rally, I'm happy to hold this position open because it could turn into a swing short position. This might be the pump that, basically that's the end of it, guys. Maybe this is the end of it. And then now we're going to come down to 24,800 in the next coming days. I would say maybe a couple of weeks. We might break through and create a new yearly high. We don't really know, but it's definitely worth holding a swing short position, no doubt, if you got a pretty nice entry at this point. There's a lot of speculation as well that this could be the formation of a head and shoulder scenario, right? Where you have this, and you have this. It's a level we've been talking about for a long time now. However, as the price action was just too boring in this range, it's like, hey, pay attention here and here, right? Just in case we do hit that level and we do reject. But yeah, we did not do anything with the weekly and the daily level. So this is the importance of risk management and knowing when to enter, knowing when to actually press the button, because people get hyped up with volatility. They like it. They want to attempt some, long shorts or whatever. This range did not get any type of reaction. We were above the weekly level. We can take these levels off the chart, to be honest, but it was basically above, there was no reaction. It just flew through that level in a matter of a few minutes. So the next obvious level was this one. It's either we reject from here or we create a new yearly high, right? It was just like, and after such a severe pump, you need to reject at some point, but you do not short the pump. You short as soon as you start getting the wick and the rejection. This is why I enter late. Not late, but I enter as we're moving down. So, stopped attempt on this local double top from today's pump. If no stops would have been placed on this short position, I would have got wrecked, guys. This is a wrecked candle. Just imagine shorting. I did short here. However, I got, instantly out of the position, recognizing that the price was actually pumping back up. And I said, right, this is not going to be looking good. We could actually, fly through to 28,500 and maybe slightly higher, not to $30,000 in a matter of minutes. But, recognizing when you're wrong, when you're right. And this is how important this is. I'm not sure how many liquidations there has been here on this event, but I would say that there's been a lot of liquidations. These are just liquidation events. So the importance of the risk, guys, it's like I'm in a short position. If I wouldn't have got out of this position, would have got stopped out at some point, obviously. But a lot of people do get wrecked in these events. And then obviously it was nice to see, where was this going to actually get a rejection? And the rejection point was that monthly level at $30,400. So we talk about the levels, we talk about how we can trade it. And, if you do take a look at this morning video, we talk about the different levels of 29,400 range, 300 range. If we get a reaction, how we could trade it. No reaction, we blast through that level. Then we're looking at 30,400 range. And very much important, explained on the video, we do not get into the pump. We get in as soon as the price starts rejecting on the lower time frames is very much acceptable. So check it out. This video was just uploaded a couple of hours ago on YouTube if you want to check out that analysis here. And then obviously getting that huge massive wick. I would say 24,800 is next, guys, maybe in the next coming weeks. Definitely not a sustainable pump, pure manipulation. So Cointelegraph seems like they effed up. Cointelegraph effed up, guys. Smash up that like button. Almost 500 people watching the stream at the moment, guys. If you want to trade in one of the greatest exchanges, I think Mexi is definitely a great option, guys. Mexi, you have an insane bonus down below in the description. It is extremely low in fees. I like it because I'm scalping and day trading as well. But you can swing trade obviously on this one too, but the fees are the lowest out there, guys. I'm absolutely loving this exchange for the moment, and you do have an insane bonus of $20,000, guys, which is in the link in the description. Okay, the first link, $20,000 on Mexi. They got high volume, the lowest fees out there. So if you're a scalper, you're going to love this platform, especially if you're a scalper like me, that I protect position many times. I don't like losing capital, and I protect my capital many times, and I get stopped out at break even many times. On other platforms, you can pay significant fees, and on Mexi, I've been paying the lowest fees that I've experienced for the last few years, guys. So check it out if you wish. Right, so love you, Andy. Today is my best trading day, says Aditya. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, Aditya. This was an absolutely ripping event. How crazy was this? It was very enjoyable to watch. Some people are like, wow, I missed the pump or I missed the short. I mean, stay away. I managed to catch this short, but it doesn't really matter because I like range trading, guys. When we do our great trading, stay away. People get hyped up and get really excited with these kind of moves. Or I missed it, or I'm jumping in now, or, stay away for these moves, because these are, either gain a lot or either lose a lot, right? Especially if you cannot manage risk. So the best levels to trade is kind of these zones, right? These are the levels that I enjoy, right? Day trades of, a couple of $100, right? A bit of leverage. And these are the most calm way. This is the calmest way of trading, right? Not getting into these, what now? I personally prefer the price to cool off in between today and tomorrow and get into a range, whether that is going to be here or going to be down here, because it's too soon. I'm aware of a dead cat bounce here, of this massive drop. People are going to get extremely bearish now, and then you're probably going to get a massive relief rally short squeeze from people, actually shorting late. So yeah, I mean, I prefer ranges, guys. If you ask me personally, I would say stay away from this. There was somebody on the Discord. This is something that we talked about as well on, a few days ago, right? Because we talk about different scenarios. It was this Gartley pattern, guys. I actually had a DM from somebody. I'm not going to expose him here, but it was this Gartley pattern. It was really, really nice to see how the 7/8 Fibonacci was really respected here. And also the Fibonacci time, guys. Fibonacci time here was insanely well respected at the 1-to-1. As soon as we were hitting the 1-to-1 range, that's when you're bottoming out, and then you get a huge, massive rally. Gartley pattern here, really symmetrical, really nice. This low obviously is not counted because we only created this low on Bybit. We're going to go through the levels again here, guys, but like I said, it's just it's very, very hard to know right now, the kind of dead cat bounce that can be created. But look at this bullish Gartley pattern here created here during the last week of September and the first week of October. Very, very nicely with Fibonacci levels here to down to almost the 618 there, back up to the 7/8, and then down to the 7/8 here, which is your trigger point, getting supported from that September point of control, right, which was absolutely a massive long level. Missed out. I did do a little bit of scalping here, but I didn't. Last week was a great week for me. But I did not catch this long. I did not catch all of this long, guys. I think some people did manage to stay in a long position from this range. But like I said, I prefer a range at this moment. I prefer getting into a range, leave that trade open, and then obviously look for another, do some scalping in between, tonight and tomorrow. But we would have to create a solid range, guys. Let the market cool off a little bit and enter a range, because on these news events, especially something that is delicate, delicado, what's you call it? Delicate, sorry. I'm talking in Spanish. Something that is delicate, such as a spot Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, I mean, it might get we might get another fake news out now saying no, it's approved, and then some random pump. Anyway, let's go through the comment section. Time to go through the comment section, guys. It was a great event to see, actually, which was pretty crazy. Bump and run scenario kind of happening, right? We like it or not, this actually did happen. This bump and run setup did actually happen in the end, right? So yeah, I mean, it was not a bad idea to get into a long position here. I missed out on this entire pump. I was doing a bit of scalping the last few days, last week, inside of this area, but not with the mentality of, having a pump to 30k, right? I was doing a bit of scalping in the range. So, but this bump and run kind of did happen. So what is next, guys, for Bitcoin? Cointelegraph. Oh my goodness. Let's see what is the next news regarding the spot Bitcoin ETF from Blackrock. Let's see what is the next news event that they're going to talk about, because that was not good. That was not professional from them. Anyway, someone needs to sue Cointelegraph for lying like this. Ton of people lost money. Yeah, this is definitely no doubt about it. No doubt about it that a lot of people must have FOMO'd into leverage long positions, potentially, maybe even very late. Because obviously this pump happens as the news comes out, and then you get people jumping onto the computers, either buying spot Bitcoin ETF. I think it doesn't matter. Well, obviously, if you are going to hold for a few years, but for these people that are FOMOing into leverage long positions, not good. You're getting shorts wrecked and you're getting longs wrecked at the same time. How crazy is this? This is a wrecked event. This is a get wrecked event. I stay away from these events. Obviously, if I can manage to short, the rejection, very much knowing here from this plan, this is a plan that we have. This is not a random short position. you know, despite the news and the volatility, if we hit this $30,400 and we reject from it, I will jump into the short, whether the price pumps and then I get stopped out or not. It doesn't matter. I can manage my risk. But it's a level that I am ready for, whether it's a Blackrock spot Bitcoin ETF approval or it's you know, whatever kind of event. The technicals are the technicals, and I am waiting for that level. So yeah, I mean, and if we reject from it, I will jump into the short. If we don't reject from the other ones, I'm not jumping into any short position, right? So hopefully you can understand that. If you don't understand it, we do have the video from this morning talking about, you know, how you can trade this, how you do not short the pump, how you short into the rejection. You cannot make this up. This was, you know, hours before, you know, this fake news and the pump. You know, the levels are the levels. We get ready some levels and we talk about how we can trade them and manage our risk very well. Right. It hit my take profit twice. What's that, Bernie? I'm here for the like button. Wake me up in 2024, says Dixon. Hey, thank you very much for the insane support, guys. Yeah, if you can, you know, just share some support here and just smash up the like button, that would be absolutely great, guys. Thank you very much for the insane support, as always. So anyway, what can we talk about? What can we... Andy the GOAT of trading, let's go. Crypto Legend didn't get wrecked. Crypto Legends didn't get wrecked. Capriccio, yeah. Happy always to share, you know, the losses as well, guys. You know, I did, you know, this was for me, it was a possible attempt, no doubt. We know that the price does double top sometimes, and, you know, this was rushing into this short position, and it was exactly right over here, guys. This high from early this morning hitting almost $28,000. Then we wicked above it, and price action managed to stay beneath that level for a few seconds. That's when I jumped into the short position. And then obviously the price was rising here and I exited the position. I was thinking, you know, I want the price to be below this level for me to maintain that short. If the price is getting above this high, I am not interested. It's getting into a successful breakout. So I jump into the short right there on this wick. It was this wick here at 3:20 Central European time. Move up, wick. I said to the legends, I'm looking for a double top here. I'm looking for that swing failure pattern, basically. And got into the short, guys. So, and just instantly as we were going, you know, this is you know, this is my message, because I wanted to trade as well. And obviously, you know, I'm writing the message, no time to do the video. But I was saying, hey, paying attention here to these local highs to see if we double top. If not, blast off and we go higher. This was basically this high over here, you know, paying attention to these local highs when we were trading at the zone, you know, for a double top, you know, to get into that SFP. So entered into the short, stop loss in place. I exited early, obviously recognizing that, you know, we were trading above the level. So I thought, you know, this ain't looking good. And then obviously as soon as we have that massive, you know, we're ripping here, legends, you know, this is a valid attempt right now. This is a valid attempt right now. Stop above the high. This was exactly at 329, which was just when we were hitting the highs right there and basically rejecting, right? So, you know, that no time to make any video because this is fast price action, right? And, you know, that message was just exactly on this minute as we were rejecting from this level right over here. So just got that message out saying, hey, you know, this is an attempt, this is where I'm getting in, and you know, valid short, stop loss at the highs, yeah, basically there was just no time to, when it's too much volatility. Obviously, if I do create a video, then obviously there won't be time to basically, you know, when the video's uploaded, we've already dropped $1,000 maybe. So bit of a crazy day, guys, crazy day. I really don't like this too much volatility because you know, for people are hyped up, you know, they want videos, what is going on, what are the next levels, and it's like, hey, you know, this was it, right? You know, I'm looking for a double top right there, got into the short, got stopped out, and then obviously that quick little message here. Now that is a valid short position as we're rejecting from this crucial point. If we reject from any level, it's going to be this one, which is the macro strongest level. It's a monthly close and open that we did have here from July and August. And yeah, it was basically that level where we have the point of control from this entire zone. You could arguably discuss it's a naked point of control where we do have that high volume node here at 30,300, 400 range. And, you know, in confluence with Fibonacci where we have the 7-8, which from this pivot high to this pivot low right there. Right, not counting this volatility, you know, liquidation event, because most of the spot exchanges had the low here. So it was, you know, if the price needs to reject and get a pretty decent pullback, it has to be this level. So as you're rejecting to the level, it's like, yeah, have an attempt here, manage your risk. If we go down, we go down. If we go up, then we get stopped out. Would have got stopped out twice today, and it is what it is, right? But obviously managing risk very, very well. Pretty crazy day. Not much people sharing because it was very difficult. I had this level very well marked up, but stopped out at that level here. And you know, when you do see the risk management in, you know, percentage wise, whether it's, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, $100 or $1,000, you know, you need to think percentage wise. That is the kind of, you know, risk management that you need to take. Let's go through the comment section. Shall we take a look at some altcoins? Shall we take a look at Bitcoin? I personally, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I would want the price to get into a range, guys. For me right now, getting into any trade, I would arguably discuss that this is a lower high. And it is going to come down to test the lows here right now, right? It makes a lot of sense that is going to be the next move here for the next coming weeks. You know, whether it does pump to 29k right now, it is definitely a possibility and back test this zone. I mean, yeah, we can take a look at that in the lower time frames. Let's talk about the dead cat bounce. Let's talk about what if the price does create a massive dead cat bounce from this drop, right? So let's just say that this has been the low, right? It might come back down and create another low, but just in case price starts pumping right now from this range, now we got this wick high and we got the low. We got the weekly and daily that hasn't been anything, but it could backtest as resistance, no doubt. You know, with the hype, you know, these levels sometimes with hype are just not respected. So if we do take a look at pivot high here from the top of this, you know, fake news to the low. Yeah, well, Fibonacci is not giving us much in confluence with the weekly and daily level. 50% is at 29,160. 618 is at 29,500. It's a zone where I would like to see a reaction. I would like to see the price action hitting it, you know, and potentially creating a double top range, right? In a corrective move. I would want to short it if we do hit that level, so that zone of 29,000, you know, 200 to 400. But I would have to see a consolidation. I would not short it if we suddenly start pumping like crazy, right? Which I don't think is going to happen. But very hard right now with this. This is very disturbing. It's very, very disturbing price. I would want to get away from this zone for the next trade. I think I'm going to stay in my short. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take profit, to be honest. What did VWAP do? VWAP probably didn't do anything. It had a quick rise here on the pump, and now it's acting as resistance. Got a quick little tap at the VWAP as resistance. Yeah, I would want to see a much larger range, to be honest, for any scalps or day trades, because I am aware of a dead cat bounce. I prefer staying on standby, to be honest. You know, pretty nice back test from today's pump. We actually had a volume strategy here playing out. Whoever's not aware of volume strategy, well, volume strategy basically is a high volume peak where we do have the high of the pump where we have high volume, and that high candle of the pump with high volume, if we do get a box from the wick to the body of the candle, right, basically it's a zone. We basically tapped here the level and got a significant bounce of $400-500. So volume strategy here playing out very, very nicely, where you have this pump right over here with high volume, and then obviously you create this consolidation range, and then you rip with high volume, and then you come and test it for the bounce. So no doubt that higher is very much a possibility here. Dead cat bounce, you know, now it's bearish news, it's fake news, everybody's bearish. Well, relief rally to the upside. That's what makes more sense after such an event here, and then probably start falling down. Wow, it was exciting to see, guys. What an exciting day of fake news, massive volatility. Managed to jump into a successful trade. One got stopped out, but the other one is very successful. A level that we have been talking about not only in the legends several weeks ago. I mean, these levels, you kind of forget about them, right? Because we can talk about levels down here. This is a level that we have been talking about as well, 23,134. It is a monthly level. And I think that level also, what is it, in confluence from this pivot low to the pivot high. No, it's not 618 from here. It's probably the pivot low from here. So we can talk about that level today and not talk about it for several days. And then it's like hit and then bounce. Then it's like, okay, it's a level that you need to put alerts down there. Yeah, well, 50% Fibonacci. That monthly level is slightly below the 50% from the ultimate low here to the yearly high. It was tapped with this wick here when we create this drop on the 17th of August. It's definitely an interesting zone, no doubt. If we were to hit that level over here and get a rise, I would be willing to get into the rise. So if we were to drop down to this 23,200 range, right, where we do have that monthly level, 23,134. You know, I'm not longing as we are falling through the level. I am longing as we're getting a rise. I might enter a little late, but I very much recognize the power of the rise here. Just very, very similar to what happened here with this level over here. So yeah, they're just higher time frame levels that we need to be ready for any occasion, right? So I was obviously not expecting such a significant rise today, but expect the unexpected, and you need to be ready to jump into a possible short trade if it is rejected. Guys, let's go. Esha, how are you doing? Joe Blank, Mark Dutch, thanks for joining, my man. Let me take a look at the super chat. Andy, did you manage to get into the short? Yes, I did. I didn't get into the best level, but yes, I did manage to get into the short here on MEXC at 30,150 approximately average price. Managed to jump into that short, and yeah, I mean, got stopped out on one, which was shorting the double top from today. It did not play out, and managed to jump into this one right over here. So yeah, managed to jump into that short, which was quite nice. But it was very difficult. I think a lot of the legends, a lot of people did not manage to catch the short. Maybe potentially people trying to short lower, or maybe people longing. I don't know. But this is a wrecked event. This is a get wrecked event. So hopefully you guys have stayed safe with this volatility. I prefer not trading this volatility, to be honest. I'm like, because, you know, as soon as we blast through that level, I got stopped out, and then I was like, okay, let's see what happens. You know, let's see where this pump is going to take us. And then when I saw the weekly getting wrecked, absolutely blast through, right, and the value area low, I was like, okay, hang on a second, this is going a little bit too far, right? This is, this has to stop at some point. We're not going to go to $35,000, right, in today, right? Unlikely to happen. So the best level for that rejection obviously was if weekly here, value area low of this zone was not going to get rejected. There was some small daily levels that were absolutely nothing. They were a big fat nothing burger, no reaction. And then obviously the best one, which is a monthly level. Monthly levels are always stronger. Weekly is stronger than a daily. Monthly is stronger than a weekly. So that was like we reject from here, and then is when I was like, okay, pumping. I was enjoying the pump, and then as soon as we were breaking through the weekly, that is when I went, okay, what's going on? Let's get ready here for this possible level to be hit, claim these lower highs, and jump into the short. Waiting very patiently, and I didn't get the best entry. Waited for it to actually get rejected, and then thought, right, jumping in here with a small amount, but nevertheless managed to get into the trade. So very important, guys, to wait for that pumpy action. Would this wick be counted for any TA, or does it break TA? Philippe, that's a good question. I mean, I would like to see at the spot exchanges, what have the spot exchanges created here on Bitcoin, such as Coinbase. I mean, obviously the wick was also, it wasn't that significant actually on Coinbase. Oh yeah, we didn't even hit 30,000 on Coinbase, guys. So yeah, the high was just $30,000 to the dollar, not even reaching the point of control or the monthly level. How crazy was that? So it's like, this wick over here on, we need to consider spot exchanges in the case of these liquidation events, because look at this wick, right? It's kind of, when we do take a look at the spot exchanges, I think this is a stronger level right there that has not been hit on the spot exchanges. So I don't count very much that wick here. I do think it can be filled on the other exchanges. However, if we do SFP on the spot exchanges from the 24,800, I would be willing to take that long position on a futures exchange. So we're aware that on Bybit, BitGet, you name it, other exchanges, MEXC, we have a wick right there. But if the price does come down to this level on the spot exchanges and we SFP from here, I would be willing to take that long position. I would be willing to take that long position. It's almost in confluence with this low as well. So it's definitely a level where you could wick and then get a rise. I would be willing to get into that long, even though there's a wick there. So on the other futures exchanges. So on Coinbase, when we do take a look at the monthly, when we do take a look at the monthly right there, it was not tapped. It was not tapped on the spot exchanges, at least on Coinbase. The monthly close and open from June and July, it was not reached with this pump. So yeah, if I were, I probably wouldn't even shorted it if I would have taken a look at the Coinbase chart. This is why, for me, it is extremely important, Bybit. There's been a few SFPs happening the last few weeks on the Bybit exchange that played out really well, such as this one right over here. This was a great SFP. There's been several here during the last few weeks. This did not happen on the other exchanges, and it was a great long. This is why I think Bybit, at least for swing failure patterns, also it's good for volume. It has billions of dollars of 24-hour volume. So, but for levels to being tested, it's like Bybit is, for me, the number one, because sometimes they're not tested on other platforms. So if you're using Coinbase as technical analysis to get into trade setup, maybe for the swing failure patterns, or monthly levels, they're not going to be reached. This is a monthly level right there. And you've got a bunch of lower highs for a liquidity grab here. As you can see here. They were not hit. They were on Bybit. And this is why this was, for me, a trigger short position. This was a short trigger. We hit these highs and we hit the monthly and we are starting to reject from it. Bang, trigger the short. If you're waiting for that level to be hit on Coinbase and you're using Coinbase to do your technical analysis, you missed out on that short because you're waiting for the level to be hit and get rejected, and you didn't reach it. You did not reach it, and so you don't take the. I wouldn't have taken the short if I would have, looked at Coinbase. So this is for me why always I do my technical analysis on Bybit, because it's, the levels are hit, the levels are, there's more SFPs on Bybit, and I like doing technical analysis on Bybit. It's just the best one to do so. I was in a 50x at 27,847. It hit 29,999 and dip lost everything. Why did you enter at 27,845 and dip 29,900 and dip lost everything? I'm fast. You lost everything. Yeah, I know, guys. I know these events are when people get absolutely burned. Today has been a bad day for a lot of people. Today's been a bad day for a lot of people. People are pissed off. People haven't managed their risk. People have lost a lot of money on this event. No doubt there's some people that have made a huge amount of money. But these are the kind of events that get a lot of people wrecked, guys. And manage your risk very well. This is why we talk about levels, getting a reaction, getting a rejection, and do not get into a short position if the price is pumping. The only way you get into a short is when the price rejects. I cannot stress this enough, guys. This on the 1 minute time frame, you are not shorting as you're blasting through the weekly level, the different levels. You do not short here. You do not short here. You start thinking into shorts as you reject from that level here, whether you enter a little bit late or not. That is when you want to get in. You want to fight a train that's going against you. Good luck with that. You're going to get wrecked, guys. You only short when the price turns around. It's the theory is simple, of course, but a lot of people just don't get emotional on these kind of events. Anyway, guys, hopefully most of you people in the community have stayed safe. Andy, what stop loss says father time is key. Absolutely. Andy, what was your real amount? Your real amount of what on the trade? Risked $300. 300 and something dollars with the 60x leverage. I didn't want to put more because I was very much aware of the volatility, right? At the end of the day, you lose $300, then for me it's like, okay. But yeah, that was basically it. On MEXC, guys, MEXC, I am loving it. I'm in a swing trade short. We might pump and I'll get stopped out at break even, but I use it more for scalping, guys. MEXC for me is really enjoying it. I'm not going to say number one. I've been using Bybit for a long time, but obviously we need to look for alternatives, for a short period of time at least. And MEXC, I'm really enjoying MEXC for trading. They have $20,000 worth of bonus, guys, for the community. If you sign up with the link in the description, okay? Check it out. MEXC for me is, definitely a great alternative for trading. Stay cautious, guys, with trading. This is for experienced people that have got a bit of experience. They know how to manage risk. They don't get emotional. I'm getting people here in the comment section that they got absolutely wrecked with this. I lost money, bro. Why did they do this? Says Francesco. Yeah, guys. I can feel the pain because I know these events. I try and stay away from these events. However, if I've got a level marked up here, if we do reject from a level, I will jump into a trade. Manage your risk very well, guys. I know it's complicated. People get emotional with these kind of volatility events. Stay safe, guys out there, because I know it. It's the same as this. I missed out completely on this pump. Missed out completely on this pump, missed out completely on this drop. I stay away, guys, when we have these kind of events. If you don't have some well levels marked up, you know, you look at this swing failure pattern from this low. If you start pumping, then yeah, you can get into a trade, but have a plan. But during the middle of these events, you just want to stay away, because yeah, getting into a long position also late can, you know, imagine longing this. Oh, I'm longing the pump. But yeah, you need to take profits as you pump, because then it's just not. I stay away, guys. This is the best thing you can do. There's no strategy that I can get into these in these events. So the best suggestion, right? No recommendation, you know, no financial advice, is when we have these events, if you don't have a proper plan for a trade setup, either at the end or an SFP or a monthly level rejection from some lower highs, or this low over here, and jump as you pump, as you're the dump is finishing and you're getting into the pump. If you don't have a proper plan, guys, stay away from these events, because this is when people lose their entire account. These events is where you get absolutely burned. And if you just stay away. It's just as easy as saying, okay, I'm not trading this, I'm waiting for a range. This is why I enjoy ranges. This is where I like to do my trading, where we profit from the market, get into those nice respected levels, ranges, Fibonacci, point of controls, naked point of control, daily levels, and, you know, understanding the structure of the market. When we have this, guys, I did not lose, and I did not make any money on these events. They're a big nothing event for me. Stay away from these events if you don't have a proper trading plan, guys, because I know a lot of you people today, you know, have lost. Maybe some people managed to catch the long or the short, but yeah, I mean, I feel you, because I used to get into these pumps a few years ago and dumps, and, you know, did very responsible trading, and it's just wait. You know, it's as simple as, I am not getting into any of this. You know, forget about I am missing the pump or I am missing the short or any of that. You know, wait for the price to get into consolidation and a proper range so you can plan your trades if you already haven't got a plan set up here. New traders should probably stay focused primarily on risk management and avoid volatile periods. 100%. Even me, even I avoid these volatile movements. You know, I just stay away from them. People that have been here long enough, they knew that I did not catch any of this or any of this. People that have been here now for several months, new people are, you know, don't know that, but people that have known me now for several months or even a couple of years, they know that I stay away from this. You know, if I have a plan, in this case, yeah, I jumped into this short because I very much, you know, had that level ready. You know, that level was ready from today's video. And if you don't, and also some other levels, but if you don't reject from those levels, you just don't jump into a short if you're slicing through it, guys. Anyway, guys, hopefully you stayed safe today. Sound is low, man. Sound is low. Okay. Bull market will have a lot of those moves, though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt that bull market will have a lot of those moves, but there will be consolidations. You know, obviously, will be. You know, you can still trade a market in a bear market or a bull market. You know, there's still big, massive ranges, right? These volatile moves are just a few days on average, right? Then you get into really nice ranges where there's good opportunities. I managed to long. I share with you, says Aditya. Absolutely wonderful. You are the best trader I've ever seen. You teaching us like you own us, your own son, how to manage the risk, etc. Hope you have a great day. Hey, Mr. Nicolas Chong. Yeah, I know, but I do feel I have got some comments here saying, I've lost a huge amount. I 50x'd here, and and I lost everything and stuff like that. I really feel you guys, because I was in that position, and the best advice, non-financial, of course, is stay away from these volatile moves, guys. Stay away when the price is dropping aggressively or pumping aggressively till it cools off. It is going to cool off at some point, and these ranges are much better to trade and manage risk, guys. I'm going to wrap it up, guys, okay? Stay safe with your trading. Smash up the like button if you've enjoyed the educational content. I'm going to wait for a nice range here, and we'll be coming up with some more updates very soon. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.